And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of DC's Legends of Tomorrow, Season 4, Episode 11. Interesting episode here, but before I begin, gotta say, a couple things happened early today. My heart goes out to everybody in Paris, France, for what happened with the Notre Dame. So hopefully everybody's okay over there. Massive craziness that happened with the church. That's some crazy stuff, so hearts and prayers go out to everybody over there. So, tonight's episode, let's talk about this. Very different, very interesting episode, very musical, if I will say, because this episode had like a Bollywood theme to it, and it was pretty cool. A lot of funny moments as well. So we all know from last week's episode that, and spoilers for last week's episode if you haven't seen it, Nate's father died. He got killed by the demons that he was working with because, he decided not to, work with them anymore. Everybody assumed that he was hunting down these creatures for his own benefit, but then we end up finding out later in the episode it was for something more deeper than that. So then basically the Legends had to go deal with that. They went to a funeral for Nate and, see his father in the casket. And of course, Constantine himself literally gets these kind of creepy vibes where Nate's father's spirit tries to warn him about the coming threat. While that all happens, you have apparently time stuff happening where Anne Austen, I believe, Anne Austen, the author, go figure, I don't know, I'm not really sure about the author's name. Anyway, her stuff starts disappearing, and of course, the new girl, she's a big fan. She loves the stuff about her, the romance novels that she wrote. So they all decide that let's go check that stuff out. While that all happens, you have Constantine with Mac. They'll stay behind to help with Nate's situation. And of course, you have Ray literally going to help try to get Nora out of the situation. And by the way, which I didn't even know this, the actress who plays Nora Dark is actually Brendan Routh's actual wife. So I never knew that. That's a cool little thing because they kind of make it in the show that they're actually trying to hook up. So that's kind of cool that they actually are married in real life. So that's pretty cool. Never knew that. Didn't even know he was married. So anyway, so then they end up finding the problem or the source of the problem, which is some Indian god, like kind of like a Cupid, but an Indian person, not Cowboys and Indians version, the other Indian person. So we got to see that, and then of course he ends up falling for Zoe. So we got to see that little transaction. That was pretty funny. Then they end up breaking into song and dance, which kind of went really really creepy in a good way. But we got to see Ray having fantasies about Nora, which is hilarious. Sarah obviously dreaming about Ava, so that was pretty funny as well. So it was a pretty interesting episode. The music number was pretty cool. Bollywood music is actually pretty cool. You should check it out if you're interested in that kind of stuff. And like I said, very, very interesting episode. So hopefully it continues to get better, because so far, it's been okay. Now it's been back. So yeah, now we just gotta wait to see what happens next week. Now that Constantine knows what the threat is coming towards them, they gotta basically deal with that next week's episode when they try to track down Ava. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode and what do you think is gonna happen moving forward. And leave me a comment below. Let me know. Thank you very much and have a good night.